Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow. So tomorrow is the Indian singles dating event between 25 and 50. It's such an amazing turnout this is, and I'm so grateful for everyone that's come into it. Today I just want to give you some last minute pointers just to clarify some information with you. So for tomorrow to be even more smoother and better. So again, it's a summer Indian singles party. It's an event that's going to help you connect with different people, that's going to allow you to connect with the right partner. Because sometimes we're on these dating apps, we're doing all these things. However, the right partner's not coming to us, or we're not seeing them because we're not putting that side of us out there. And then equally, we're not getting to connect with the person that they are. So, how do we perform best at these events? A couple of people have messaged me about, do you have any tips for these dating events? Do I have any tips for how should I be showing up? Or like how should I be confident? So number one way of confidence, it really shines in a way that is how we walk in. Our physiology is so important. If your physiology is like cramped over, closed, then you're like, oh, a little bit locked off, bit isolated, sitting by yourself, locking yourself away. It's going to take somebody a lot of effort to come and be able to open you up. It's going to take a lot of time for them to come over to you. Be like, oh, how are you? You okay? And even then, they may already feel rejected. And that's the fear of it. When you're already closed off and hidden away, some people already feel rejected. They don't want to approach you as much. So, what do you do instead? You want to walk in there a bit more open, smiling, looking at somebody that you want to connect with and just say hello. You know, I know it sounds simple, but that simply is how to do it. Imagine that you're not going to a singles event, but imagine you're going to your friend's birthday party. And at your friend's birthday party, you're there and you're like, how's it all going? Like, are you having a good time? Good to know you. Tell me a bit more about you. Because you'll be casual. When we get all fear and anxious about the dating event, am I going to find love as a result of this? What can I expect? These kind of expectations are making you anxious and worried and fear. But if I goes to you, go into a room and go meet some people and connect with them, you'll be like, Sonny, that's easy. And you go, oh, Sonny, you know what? It's fun to connect with these people. In that moment there, it's that fun and joy that actually helps that person get to see who you really are. Not this like false pretense. Many people have asked me in the past, Sonny, why don't you just do a big speed dating event? And I forget that. Because for them couple of minutes, you only get to witness a little bit of that person. I know we are doing speed dating, but that's like a little fun activity. It's not the main portion of the evening. The main portion is the mingle, the connection, the vibes that you're going to create afterwards. That's the main part. The first single speed dating event, that's fun. That means you get to meet 11 or 12 people all at once. So you're like, whoa, this is fun. One by one. So you have a really good connection there. So you have a lot more joy. Like, oh, I spoke to you earlier. Let me speak to you again. That's the advantage of that speed dating as such. And then the rest of it's like you're mingling, you're connecting, you're talking, and you're just being you, that better version of you, in order for you to meet that right partner. And that's what can come out. And this is what I want to encourage you to allow. So confidence. The best way to feel confident is mastering your emotional state. So in all my years of experience as a coach, everything comes down to your emotional state. If you're coming in there nervous, and I think of like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, for those old enough, like Eeyore was always like drowned, droopy, miserable. And as he was doing that, it was like, ugh, if I want to hang around with him, I better go into my state, right? You with me? But you got Tigger that was excessively high and he's open and everything. The reason why I talk about both of these characters is because if you look at the body language of Eeyore, his body was sugared down, his tone was low, and what he focused on was negatives. And these are the three pillars to your emotional state. And if you look at Tigger, he was open, he was confident, he was loud. What was his focus? On what he's going to have, opportunities, not what he doesn't have, like Eeyore. So I want to ask you a decision right now. Are you going to be Eeyore? Or are you going to be a taker? Or you could be in between. But the decision is yours. Because you're the creator of your experience. If you go in there, and I've seen this time and time again, if you go in there with the mindset that he's not that good looking, she's ugly, she's like this, oh, but are they Punjabi, are they Hindu, I bet you're not even that old, yeah, forget this thing. You already write yourself off. Because that for me is when you go in there to take. You're going in there and you're saying, I want to take what I can. I want to take that one good looking person because it's limited. Because when we come from a lack mindset, we think there's limitations to how many good people there are out there. Like, I'm giving you some high level coaching here. People pay me thousands for this, and that's no word of a lie. I don't say that to impress you, but for you to impress upon the language and the value that I'm delivering to you in this current moment. Because for some of you, it may seem high, and like you're like, whoa, well, what about this taker stuff? It's not to offend you. It's to actually help you create a better experience. And secondly, for you to be able to bring in love into your life. So instead of being a taker, because one of my greatest philosophy learnings, and it applies for deep life, is when you take from the world will take from you. I could tell you a really funny story on that, but you know, it's gonna change the point of this conversation. You know what, I'm gonna tell it anyway. There's this woman once, and she went to the church, and she was at the church. She was, the temple and everything. And she was at the temple. She goes to the priest. She goes, look, somebody burgled my house and they took everything I have. I always come to the church. I always give. I go to work. I'm a good person. I pay my taxes. I'm a really, really good person. And the priest's like, okay, well, are you sure you're completely good? Yeah. Well, what's been going on with you recently? This was actually back in 1970, and there was another shortage. Funny enough, just like the fuel and everything, there was another shortage back then. That shortage was actually for coffee beans. So she went and stocked up so many coffee beans. Kept them. More and more and more. Because she didn't want others to have it. Because she believed they was going to run out. So she stocked up and kept them more for herself. And then someone came and took from her. Because she was taking opportunity from others. And she had that taker's mind. So when we're looking at the taker's mind, what we want to do is we want to have a giver's mind. So a giver in this situation gives. And I encourage you to write this down actually. Like in any relationship, if you go there to get, it'll be an unsuccessful relationship. But if you go there to give value, give love, give humor, give connection, give anything, the relationship will blow up. It will be beautiful, it will be passionate, it will be amazing. But whenever we do anything where we're coming to get, we're pulling. When we give, it comes back. It's the law of the Bible, it's the law of religion, it's the law of everything. And it just makes sense. I give to you, you give to me. Yeah. I hope you get that. So that's the mindset number 2. You want to go there and you want to give value. You want to be adding to the evening. Come there. It's going to be an amazing evening as well. So come there, enjoy, embrace, add to the value of other people, talk to them, compliment them. Everyone's going to come and make an effort and look fresh. Yeah, wow, you look good. I really like you. Or just talk to them. In that moment you're talking, you're giving your value. Instead of saying like, there's no good looking guys here, or there's no good looking women here. Oh, I don't know about this. That's taken. You're pulling energy. Give it. Because you still have an opportunity to connect with people. At the last event, there was a sweet woman there that hadn't been out since the start of COVID. That's 2 and a bit years. She hadn't been out. She came to that event. She had an amazing time. She actually got to meet somebody and started dating him, which was incredible. And the reason why I'm telling that story is because I want you to realize that for some people, they haven't even left the house for like 2 years since COVID. So this is an opportunity for them to connect and reconnect with themselves as well as others. Maybe for you, you've been out a lot. Maybe you haven't. But because of that, it's important that you add value to their evening. Because it may take you not that much effort to come here, or it might take a lot of decision and prep for you to get there. The worst thing you want is to go there and then somebody's like, well, this ain't that good, or this isn't like that, or, oh, there's not many good looking people, because you're going to dampen their experience. So I encourage you to be the giver of higher value, the giver of that. And trust me. If you give in life, you give in that evening, you'll definitely be successful. You would find somebody that you deeply connect with. You would find somebody that you can date. You'd find somebody that would be at that level, because they would see you. There was an aura chart that was done. I don't know how many of you are into spirituality and auras. However, your aura is just your energy field that you have around you. You know, we all have a electric magnetic field all around us. Got it out finally. Electric magnetic field all around us. A study was done that showed these neurons that are around our body, this aura that goes around us. Study was showing that when we focus on I, the aura and the energy goes really small and condensed. But when you focus on others to give, the aura brightens up and strengthens. And this is actually studied scientifically, but it's also spiritual as well, if you want to connect the dots. In that, it's an amazing gift to understand that when I show up to this event, I'm going to give. I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to embrace everyone with happiness and a deeper connection. Because when we're focused on I, this is the root of all suffering. Like, I is where problems lie. When you connect with you connect deeply. This takes me to the third key thing for the event, actually. So third key thing, if you want to connect, you want to find a profound connection with somebody, focus on them. Ask them questions about them. Understand them. It was Dale Carnegie that said that when you focus more on you than I, then you'll make a deeper impression into that person's life. So if you want to know why people are successful, having more love, focus on them and you'll be able to attract that deep love. Focus on yourself and how it's going to make you happy or be pulled away. This happened with a client of mine. She did so much deeper work. She did Tony Robbins. She did everything she could do. And in that, she would always suffer. She lost so much weight. She had a really, really nice body. Really beautiful woman. Nice personality. Whenever she would go on a date or something, she'd always be about me. Oh, how do I look? How do I come across? What's my image like? And as she was always doing that about her, what happened was she would always find a ricochet. It's because she wasn't truly focusing or being present in that moment. So on the other side, I coached her and I helped her and I said to her this one simple thing. The next time you go on these dates, next time you're going to meet somebody, I want you to just focus on them. Find something you like about them and focus on that. She did that. Oh my God. She was so thankful. She was like, after all these years, that insecurity went away. Because she wasn't focused on how am I coming across? What do I look like? What do they think of me? Instead, she was focused on, hold on, how can I connect deeper with you? How can I get to know you? How can I understand more about you? And then in that exchange, she had several dates. But also what happened was she actually found somebody that she formed a deep relationship with. And this has happened an endless amount of times. Because when we get out of ourselves, where we feel that everything goes wrong, and I know that because I was there. I'm not telling you this because I think you're wrong or anything like that. I was there. I used to always focus on like, how am I coming across? What are they thinking of me? I became a pleaser. I became very broken down and no one truly respected me. But now when I focus on you and I get to understand what you need and what you want and understand you, the connection's so deep. I'm fortunate enough in my life now to have a beautiful wife, but also many, many deep, rich, fulfilling relationships in my life with many people that I deeply love. And that's because I got out of me, I focused on them, and we built this deep connection of love. So, I don't want to keep you too long. So tomorrow's a big day. And I actually got a surprise for you. This is a beautiful surprise. All right, I've paid for a software to create a platform. And I know you're going to be excited by this because this was something that was missing from the last event. So I listened, I put that on board, and I've got it in place. And it's going to be in the link in this message. So what I did was I've created a platform because many people were saying to me, Sonny, how do I get in contact with that person? Sonny, how do I message this person? How do I do this? Because they had like profound conversations or good conversations with someone and they wanted to keep it going. So I created a platform, which is going to be, it's in the early stages right now, but it's going to be as good as Facebook, but for community of people that want deeper connection, love, and relationships. And there's going to be some training that I add onto there. But most importantly, everyone that's going to be at the event, as long as you sign up, are going to be on this platform. And you can fill out your membership, you can fill out your profile, it's completely free. You can fill out your profile, you can put your details on there, and you can see the other people that are on there. You can message them, you can communicate with them. You could even do a video call with them. There's so many things that you can do. And this is going to allow you to go into a group that's already there. You'll see their picture. You can get to know them. You can private message them. So I've done that to set it up for you because I want you to have the best experience and also want you to continue these beautiful relationships. And for me, I can't wait to have you a part of this community because this community that we're creating here is not for people just to mess around and all that. Like, you can if you're upfront and honest, but most importantly, it's about a community of consciousness. Consciousness, very simply, before we head off, because it's only a short video, consciousness, very simply, is being aware of your emotions and other people's. So when you're communicating, you're aware of them. When you're doing these things, you're aware of them as well as yourself. And this is what we're creating here. I don't want it to be something where people are getting offended, they're being too rude or anything like that, because it's not about that life. Relationships are hard enough, dating's hard enough, that I want to be conscious of what am I bringing, what energy am I bringing, what am I bringing to the relationship, and secondly, how am I making them feel? As we do this exchange, we create beautiful relationships, and I'm always here for you to support you through that journey. All right. Thank you so much for all those who have listened. Sign up to this new site. This new platform is going to allow you to connect with other people. I will see you tomorrow. 6:30 for the door opening. 7 o'clock we get started. Speed dating starts around 6:15, 6:20. We are all fully booked for speed dating now. So for those of you that are in, you're in. Those of you that aren't, that's fine. I'm going to give you allocated time slots for your speed dating so you're aware of what time it is. I'm so grateful, so excited to see you tomorrow. Remember, look fresh, dress fresh. This is like a first date, second date, third date, all in one. It's going to be an amazing evening. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. Thank you so much. Sonny.